What's up, guys? Welcome into a Tuesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we are back after a rough start to the week for us, unfortunately. We go down on a Monday. Good Sunday, bad Monday, which can happen at times. We do not get both player props because, well, one player we bet went up scratching. So we get Lonzo Ball under 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He went out with an injury. We got kind of lucky on that, but he had 8 points, and then he got hurt. He left the game, so the bet cashes. We win a half a unit there, but Nebraska missed 2 threes at the end of the game to go up and then to tie the game and go to overtime against Michigan. Unfortunately, they lose that game at home. That number actually flipped. It closed Michigan -1. And then Florida State never really was in that game. That was a bad bet. That was the bad bet of the night. So we lose that. We go down 2.2 units in college basketball, down 1.2 units. Sorry, down 1 and 2, down 1.7 units for the night on a Monday. So we start the week in a deficit. Not that big of a deal. We got 6 more days to go here, Tuesday included, to have a winning week here in the last full week of February. So tonight, we have the live stream with myself and Terrell Furman. That will take place at 5:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Pacific Time. Now, a couple things. I am not going to bet college basketball here on the Juice tonight. I only have 2 games I'm looking at closely for college basketball, so I'm going to give out those plays on the live stream coming up here tonight at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific Time on the BettingPros YouTube channel. So if you want to bet college basketball today, you want my plays, I will give you 2 or 3 plays, probably 2, but maybe 3 plays coming at you on our live stream later on tonight, 5:30 Eastern, on the BettingPros YouTube channel with myself and Terrell Furman for our college basketball live stream every Tuesday night at 5:30 Eastern. Today, I'm going to give you 3 NBA player props. We've hit 3 in a row. You guys really have enjoyed what we've done on Sunday and Monday for the NBA player props. I'm going to go ahead and use the prop bet cheat sheet once again in the prop bet analyzer on the Betting Pros app and bettingpros.com. These are premium side of things where the numbers I'm going to pull, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. And 3 picks that I like and 3 bets I've made. We've hit 3 in a row. Let's keep rolling with the NBA player props. But before we do that, let's make an announcement and tell you guys who ended up winning the DeAndre Swift autographed jersey. The winner is Jim Can 33. Jim Can 33. Please email mailbag@fantasypros.com with your proof of subscription to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and your mailing address so we can get you this signed DeAndre Swift jersey, signed autographed DeAndre Swift Bears jersey. Jim Can 33. Congratulations. Email us at mailbag@fantasypros.com with your proof of subscription to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and your mailing address so we can get it out. If you would like to be a winner, you can do so because we have another giveaway going on this week in February. This week, the last week of February. It is an autographed Nick Chubb Browns helmet. You can win this. If you would like your chance to win this signed Nick Chubb Browns helmet for free, courtesy of our friends at pristineauction.com, all you have to do is head to bettingpros.com/contest, complete the form, and either download the Betting Pros app, leave a review for the Betting Pros podcasts, any of them, this one included, or subscribe to our social channels. Our social media channels at Betting Pros on Twitter, X, and TikTok, and at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram. The more actions you complete, the more entries you will receive. We will announce this winner at the end of the week here in February on Friday. This contest will end on the last day of February, so make sure you turn on the notifications so you guys can be made aware of when we drop new episodes so you can come in and claim your helmet signed by Nick Chubb. Enter for free at bettingpros.com/contest. All right, let's talk about NBA player props here. Let's start with the Celtics and the Raptors. Now, the last time we bet a player to score, Celtics and the Raptors, or Celtics game, was involving against the Knicks. We picked the Celtics, and it was Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday went off and scored 9 points in 4 shots in 7 minutes. It was the easiest prop bet I've made in quite some time. Grady Dick is day-to-day, but Grady Dick, his His projection number is 10.5. Or his prop bet number is 10.5, I should say. We have a projection of over 14 points to be scored tonight by Grady Dick. Now, the Celtics are very good defensively. So that's one of the things we look at is the opponent's defensive rating. And the Celtics have a very good defensive rating. In fact, over the last 5 games for Grady Dick, he has only come and hit this one time in 5 games. He's hit it, though, a bit more consistently over the last 15 games. He's gone over 10.5 points in 9 of his last 15 games. His last 3 games, however, he has not come in. Against Phoenix, he scored 9. Against Miami, he scored 9. And against Cleveland, he scored just 2. But there's a real good chance that we're going to see garbage time points here for Grady Dick. Boston's 41-16. The Raptors are 18-39. Boston's expected to blow the Raptors out, and it's very possible. In head-to-head games this year, back on the 15th of January, Grady Dick scored 12 points. The line then was 12.5. He didn't go over. He didn't hit the prop, but he got over 10.5. So if it was the line of today, he went over. Not so much for the line that day, which was 12.25. Back on November 16th this season, his number was again 10.5, and he scored 9. So we're probably going to be right there around like 10, 11, 12 points for Grady Dick. But I'm going to bet over. I'm going to bet over. The numbers like it. The numbers have been hot. This is a 40% expected value play. On the board today, which is a little bit of a rarity, if you're looking at the prop bet cheat sheet, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bets with a 40% EV, which is the top number. 5-star rating of all of them for these plays. Grady Dick is involved in 3 of them. Grady Dick points, Grady Dick over points, assists, and rebounds, and Grady Dick over points and rebounds. The best of these is points because I think it's the easiest to get. But you can come in. You want to bet points, assists, and rebounds? It's 15.5. The projection is 19.2. You want to bet points and rebounds? The projection is 17.6. The number is 13.5. So he's over by 4.1, over by 3.7, over by 3.7. Okay? It's just harder when it comes to, a player who needs to be on the court, a player who needs the basketball a lot for points and rebounds. It just gets more difficult. I think the easier play is just to come in and take it over points. The projection, again, is 14.2 points. The prop is 10.5. The juice isn't bad. It's minus 108. It's minus 110, depending on what bet you want to look at there, but not that big of a deal. Minus 108 at FanDuel. Over 10.5 points for Grady Dick up against the Boston Celtics. Bet number 2, Donovan Mitchell. You guys have been laughing because we've been hitting unders. Here we go again with an under. Donovan Mitchell is taking on the Orlando Magic. 35.5 is the current number. Points, rebounds, and assists for Donovan Mitchell. And you might say, "Ooh, Matt, this is dangerous to bet an under involving Donovan Mitchell." Orlando's the best defensive team in the NBA. They just are. The projection for this is 31 for Donovan Mitchell. Last game against Memphis, he had 41 points, rebounds, and assists. Went over. But that snapped a streak of 4 straight games of going under this number of 35.5. 35 against the Knicks. He had 33 against Brooklyn. He had 32 against Toronto. And he had 34 up against Minnesota. Head-to-head, did not go near this number back on the one game played this season against the Magic. On the 1st of November, 26 for Donovan Mitchell. That game was at home for Cleveland. This game's on the road. So at home against Orlando, 26 points, rebounds, and assists. Now we're on the road with a 31-point projection here for Donovan Mitchell. We're going to play the under. We're going to go under 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Donovan Mitchell up against the Orlando Magic. This is a bet that's not 40% EV, but I love the fact that the number 1 defense in the NBA And Mitchell's only hit this one time in the last 5 games. 4.5 is the projected difference. That's a really good projection in terms of where we are with this. And really, the only thing better is our third and last player prop in terms of point differential. anything over 3 points from a point differential is absolutely tremendous. So we're talking about 4.1 for this bet. I think you can look at, Grady Dick is 3.7 for his bet. And the last, we'll talk about our next play as well with, having with Dante Exum, 4.9. I mean, these are plays I like to make because they're talking about the overall projection being so much better than what actually the prop is. So we're going under points, rebounds, and assists, 35.5 for Donovan Mitchell. And finally, I'll give you 3 NBA player props here and then 2 college basketball bets coming up later on today. Dante Exum. Lakers are hosting the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Dallas is going to be jacked up for this. With Luka on the court, this is going to be high intensity, just a lot of real ferociousness going into this game. Exum, it's 6.5 at FanDuel. Heavy juice. But I'm going to play it because the projection is 11.5. Now, last 2 games for Dante Exum, 5 and 4 points. But against Miami, he scored 27. He scored 27. Against Sacramento, 5-4. Against Boston, he scored 15. Against Philly, he scored 14. Up against Cleveland, he scored 14. He can be streaky with this. Now, the Lakers and the Mavericks haven't played this year. This is the first matchup. But last year against the Lakers, different game, season, I get it. But he scored 26 against the Lakers last year. They played 2 games. The first game he scored 4 on the road at LA. Second game he scored 26. His line was 7.5 in that game. He scored 26. So he can be really streaky. 11.5 is the projection. The prop is 6.5. 5-star play with a 40% EV. Dante Exum over 6.5 points at -132 at FanDuel. We're going to take that here for our NBA player props. All right. So I'm going to give you college basketball tonight, 5:30 Eastern time. 2 or 3 bets for college basketball tonight. But for tonight, when it comes to NBA player props, Dante Exum over 6.5 points at -132. Better to win a half a unit. Donovan Mitchell under 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists up against the Orlando Magic at -117 for 0.58 units. And Grady Dick over 10.5 points at -120, 0.6 units down there to win 5.5. Again, those projections, Dante Exum projected to go with 11.5 points. Donovan Mitchell under 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. 31.5 is the projection there. In Grady Dick, it's 14 points, the projection for Grady Dick. Over 10.5 points for Grady Dick here tonight for NBA playoffs. I will talk to you later, or NBA props rather. I will talk to you later on tonight on the Betting Pros College Basketball Livestream, 5:30 Eastern Time with myself and Terrell Furman on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast.